How are we doing? Good morning. So this video is about the paint. I get a lot of questions on my Instagram about the paint and the finishing and how much you need to do. Because I've answered these questions loads of times, the more followers I get, the same questions seem to get repeated. So I started this YouTube channel up so I could just refer you to it, and you get a longer description instead of me just doing a 60-second video on stories. So we're going to go through the paint now. Now I'll buy this paint. I use the Renner paint. This is the only paint I use and spray with. I got recommended it by a professional sprayer who I was getting. It was sort of mentoring me on Instagram. A great guy. He's a local guy. It really helped me out. He says use the Renner paint. So first of all, my sprayer is the Greco Finishing Pro, the 9.5. Now I went up from the Apollo. The first sprayer I bought, the HVLP, is the Apollo. Great sprayer. It's got 3 turbines in it. This Greco's got 5. I don't know what that means because I haven't found that much difference in the quality. It is slightly better quality, but the money difference is unbelievable. You can get an Apollo for about £450. They're on eBay and places like that. You can get a second-hand one for about 250. Great machines. I've still got mine. I won't sell it. Anything happens to that Greco, I will gladly go back to that and spray and have no problems with the quality coming out. So that's around 450 now. The Greco's 1,800 quid now. So it's a massive jump. I got mine second-hand off eBay. I weren't going to pay that much. I use the HVLP because I'm spraying in a small workshop and there's dust around and stuff like that, and the overspray is barely little, and I've got like a little fan which pulls it all out through a tube, which if you are on my Instagram, if you go into my Amazon shop, that little fan what pulls it out is on there, and loads of other tools and stuff what I use in this workshop. Right, the paint. Simply Coatings got stores, branches up and down the country. So first of all, you'll have to go in there and open yourself a cash account. What that allows you to do is to go in there and speak to them and tell them what spray you're using and what do. They are so knowledgeable on what they do. They just provide for spray paint. They've got different varnishes, different lacquers, what you can spray. They've got paint spraying for cars and stuff like that. So they're specialists. So talk to them, tell them what you're doing, and then they will recommend these paints. So this is the undercoat. It's basically a water. I only spray water based in here because it's just a cleaner product. You clean your guns out better. Just run warm water through it, and it's fantastic. And then shoot warm water through it. So the Renner paint. The undercoat, when you buy the undercoat, this is quite thick. So when you're spraying through the HVLP, you need to water it down a little bit. It actually comes, 5 litres comes to about here. So you can add water straight away. You don't have to tip some out and then do it. So I do about 10%. So if that's 5 litres, I'll put like half a litre in there. Mix it all up and then that's it, it's done. That's good. And then when you spray the undercoat, it just goes on so nice. I mean, I only put 1 coat on. They recommend 2 coats. I'll put 1 coat on. What I do, I put quite a bit on. So I'll spray it and spray it and spray it, but it still lies flat. Because don't forget, you're going to be sanding that. After it's dried, I'll run a 240 paper over the top of it, and it's like glass. It's honestly, you touch it and it's just fantastic. So the undercoat, that's where the undercoat is. The top coat, I don't water this down at all. This just goes on lovely, straight through the gun. And now the code for this is 760. So that is the top coat. So when you speak to them about top coats, you want the 760, the water-based Renner. Now, the top coats come in sheens. So when you order it, it will be, they'll ask you on the phone, because once you've opened your account up, you've got your cash account, you can get it delivered. You don't have to keep running to the place. So you can ring them up and say, look, I want the Farrow & Ball colour, little blue, number 22. They'll mix it and deliver it. Anything over £100, they'll deliver it for free. So it's great because the undercoat and this comes to 150. They're about £75 a tin, including the VAT. So with the top coat, you want to know what sheen. So if you can imagine, that gloss is 100% sheen. So I always do, this is like a 30%, so it's like an eggshell satin wood. When I do my wardrobes, I want like a little, when the light hits it, I want a little glisten to it, and it just, with the 5%, it shows up the marks really easy, because you only got to touch it, because it's, I don't know what it is, you only got to touch it. I used to do 5% on kitchens, and then I stopped making kitchens. Well, I actually moved from the company I was working for before, and now work for myself many years ago. So I was doing 5%, but this, I do 30% on wardrobes. So it's a 30% sheen. And then when I go to see the clients, what I'll do is I will go take a Farrow & Ball brochure with them, take a little green brochure with them. They can pick the colours. Then I can ring Simplify Coatings up, tell them the code, they know the codes, and then they'll mix it for you and drop it off. So this one I'm just doing now, I'm just spraying now actually. This one is a Farrow & Ball light blue. So that's what colour that is. You get a little card on the top, because what they do, they spray a bit out. They mix it, spray a bit out, and then they know the colours matched up. So that's basically it on the paint. You don't water down the top coat. You put about 10% inside this one and mix it up. But Simplify Coatings, it's about £75 a tin, including the VAT. Now, how much to buy? So you've got wardrobes to do. Now, the way I've learned now over the time is how many doors, side panels and trims I can get out of one tin. So if I've got a 4-door wardrobe, say it's against the wall but with one side panel, I know I can get 5 litres, we'll do that. Anything over, and you're pushing it. So that's both sides of the doors, 4 doors, one side of the side panel. Now I only spray one side of the side panel because the side panel goes against the units, and you only see 20mm strip down the side. So what I'll do is I'll spray one side, flip it over, and I'll just spray a stripe down the edge where it's against the doors, because the side what's unsprayed is going against the carcass, and it's just a waste of paint. So I've worked out you can get 4 doors, a side panel, and the trims around it out of a 5 litre tin of paint. Anything over that, you've got to go to 10 litres. So when you start pricing jobs, as soon as I walk into a job and I go, right, I'm having these wardrobes here, these wardrobes here, and there might be 4 doors there and 3 doors here, I know I've got to buy 10 litres. So now the price of my paint is just double. So it's gone from £150 to £300. You will have some undercoat left over because you're watering it down, but that will just go. It's always best to have undercoat here anyway. So guys, I hope that helps. Simplify Coatings. What I'll do is when I post this video, I'll put the codes underneath, and I'll put Simplify Coatings website there, so you can click on it. You can find your local branch. I hope that helps you. So that's answered a few questions what I got on. I don't think there's anything else you need to know about the paint. I think we're pretty good now. Undercoat, top coat. Also, if a client picks a colour, there was a Dulux colour I had to do, it painted the walls in like a green. If you're on my Instagram, you'll see some pictures of it. He wanted to match his walls. So what I did, I had to take the tin of paint he had a bit of paint left over from this Dulux because they didn't know the colour. Took it up to Simplify Coatings, they scanned it, copied it, and then I sprayed the wardrobe so they can match any colour. So if they've got a wall colour they want to match their wardrobes in, these guys can do it for you. They can do anything like. But have a good look through the website. They do sandpaper, they do all sorts of stuff. So that's it, Simplify Coatings. Up and down the country you'll find a branch, but you must go in there first, open yourself a cash account, and then when you order on the phone, you ring them up, order the paints on the phone, you pay straight away with your card, and then it just gets delivered, anything over 100 quid. Right guys, I hope that helps, and I will speak to you soon.